The Earth's mightiest heroes have been betrayed from the very within. What does that mean for the fate of the Infinity Stones? Well, let's hop into Infinity Wars issue number 2 and find out, shall we? Okay then, so this issue actually opens up with a flashback. We see Thanos and young Gamora taking in a father-daughter afternoon of slaughtering the innocent. Ah, what pleasant pastimes. Gamora obviously feels remorse over this death, while Thanos tries to impart on her his twisted ideology that if this creature was stronger, it would be him who was dead and not the other way around. Gamora then breaches the subject of immortality, only for the Mad Titan to say that even he will reach his end one day in the future, but that when he does, the only way a being can truly remain immortal is through the actions of their children. Which are words of advice I'm sure the Mad Titan would regret right around the time his daughter dragged a Infinity Stone-powered blade through his throat. Here's the crazy thing though, Thanos didn't seem mad at the end at his daughter, quite the opposite. He was very proud, saying that she was always his favorite. And then he also just kind of keeps talking even though his head has been rended from the rest of his body. Is he actually talking to Gamora, or is she finally snapped under the pressure? That's up for you to decide, dear reader. Now, back on Earth and in the present, we pick up moments after Gamora seemingly killed Star-Lord. I say seemingly because Doctor Strange was able to pounce into action using his Time Stone and save Peter Quill from getting a giant hole left inside him. Yay for time manipulation. This new turn of events does nothing to calm the superpowered hired goons that Turk Barrett brought with him, and before you know it, a giant melee ends up breaking out. Doctor Strange does take this opportunity, though, to take Turk Barrett off the table and make him an offer that he can't refuse. Basically, leave the battlefield now while he still has legs to carry him, give his Mind Stone over to Strange, and in return he'll be allowed to keep all the ill-gotten gain he managed to get insider trading. Turk obviously hates the idea of giving up such amazing power, but at the same time, too, he knows that he's a flea amongst gods, and it's only a matter of time before he gets crushed underfoot. He does, however, only hand over the stone on a condition, and that is that Doctor Strange, the Sorcerer Supreme, will owe him, D-list low-life scumsucker Turk Barrett, a favor in the future. Now, back at the fight, the Infinity Watch gets backed up by the Avengers, and they're able to turn the tide against all the goons. I gotta say, the Spot actually had a pretty cool moment where he absorbed everyone's laser fire and shot it back. And with all the pawns checked, it's time to finally go after the Queen, Gamora herself. Yes, she may be incredibly powerful. Yes, she might have a sword with the Power Stone in it, but at the end of the day, she really can't stand against the full might of the Avengers and the Infinity Watch. With Gamora captured, though, Peter Quill and the rest of the Guardians try to plead her case. She technically only murdered Thanos so far, and the reason her brain might have broken might have been their fault, so they want to take her back to space so they can deal with it, but Cap and the rest of the Avengers want her to, face Earth justice. Looks like no one is gonna get their way, though, because Gamora was only playing possum, and she only let Captain Marvel take her out so she could pickpocket the Reality Stone off her. This means Gamora is all too easily able to shed her bonds, but also grab the other Infinity Stones by killing their owners. And why, yes, that does include Doctor Strange, so it looks like there's going to be no time shenanigans this time. Once again, Gamora is haunted by the ghost of Thanos, too, who cheers on these actions. Gamora thinks she's finally ready to reunite herself with the piece that was lost in the Soul Stone, and she does. But, admittedly, this should-be happy moment is a little awkward when you're wading ankle deep in the blood and viscera of your friends and allies. But hey, you know what they say, things can always get a little bit more awkward, and in this case that happens when Loki shows up with his biographer. What's the God of Mischief's pitch on this one? Hey Gamora, good job killing all your friends. You want to help me out with my problem maybe? I think they're linked. So that was Infinity War issue number 2, everybody, and overall I will once again say I did not see a lot of that coming. Do I actually think the characters who died are gonna stay dead? No, of course not, especially when the Infinity Stones are involved. But hey, a hell of a character turn for Gamora. I wouldn't have tapped her to be a good guy go bad, but so far I'm kind of digging this whole Lady Macbeth thing she's got going on with the stones and her adopted father. Having Mind Ghost Thanos too is actually a pretty clever way too for Jerry Duggan to have his cake and eat it too. Nah, this is a Thanos Infinity event, except for the fact that he's totally here. Beyond that, it's really more of an action-centric story. I like to see Turk Barrett, a smaller-time character, actually get the spotlight here in a big event, even if it does seem like they're shuffling him off to the side. Overall, I feel comfortable giving this one a 7.5 out of 10. Not as good as the previous issue, but I'm definitely going to stick with this and see where it goes. Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cape Joel again. Thanks so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, why not check out some of these other video projects I've been working on. Then you can follow me on Twitter and Facebook at Cape Joel, so you're always up to speed on what I'm doing next. And hey, if you're in the market for some comic books, might I recommend using my book depository link down in the description. Not only will you save an absolute bundle by not having to pay anything for shipping and handling, but anything you buy via my link goes to support me in the channel, so that would be much appreciated. So until next time everyone, this has been Cape Joel. I will be back again next time with more comic content that smacks of greatness. Bye bye everyone.